Elise, also known as the Baddest Bruja. Welcome to the channel if you are new, and welcome back if you have been on the channel before. So as promised, here's my face. You get to see who is behind the readings. And right now I would like to hop into a bit of what I like to call tea time. What's the real tea? So just to give a summary of the channel itself, the Baddest Bruja channel is more so aligned for those who are seeking deeper sense of self-awareness, self-development, and overall ascending and leveling up to a higher vibrational version of self. Okay, so that is the goal with this channel. And with tea time, I am going to do the overall oracle card reflection and then the dear self prompt that excuse me, my sinuses are driving me crazy today. The dear self prompt, where there's a series of sentences or a statement where we will fill in the blank. You can fill in the blank with whatever words you would like to put in place to complete the statement, so to speak. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So the overall oracle card, and I know the lighting is bright and you probably cannot see the card itself right now, but once I get into the reading, I will show the cards on the video so that you can get a very good look at them. So the statement says, my energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I will manifest. And when I initially read the statement on that card, the first thing that came to mind for me was boundaries. When thinking about the energy, our energy creates our reality, and what it is that we choose to focus on is what will manifest. For me, I'm thinking, okay, so something that will be crucial to that statement is boundaries, having very strong boundaries, setting clear boundaries. And I think that sometimes the concept of boundaries gets misconstrued. We often think of boundaries as something for someone else, right? Like, oh, this person isn't respecting my boundaries, or they are overstepping my boundaries, so on and so forth. You know, you get the idea of what I'm saying. And in doing that, the reality is that when you flip that inward and view it from a place of self-awareness, the reality is that boundaries are for self. Like, we set boundaries for self. So if you set a clear boundary for self, there's no way that anybody can overstep it, because it's just like, if they try to, it's a done deal, it's a wrap, right? So, and I'll provide an example of that in a few minutes, but let me transition over to the dear self prompt, and then I will move forward with my other notes to kind of give a bit more in-depth summary of the Oracle card reflection statement. So the Dear Self prompt says, staying mentally present is crucial for my emotional clarity. What happens tomorrow will happen tomorrow. Right now, I am blank, and there's nothing more important than pouring my entire focus into this. And so when you put that together with the Oracle card, my energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I will manifest. And then the Dear Self prompt is saying, right now I am blank, and there's nothing more important than pouring my entire focus into this. Again, that takes me back to my initial thinking around setting boundaries. And I'm going to share a moment of transparency here in regard to my personal story. So I have in the past been the type to overgive, overcompensate, do the most, or whatever, and spread myself thin because I was raised to be self-sacrificing. Sacrifice my own needs, comfort, peace, etc. for others' needs to be met, to be more comfortable, to be more at peace. Basically at the expense of myself. So with that, I used to take responsibility for other people's emotions. Things that is like, we can't control other people's emotions. Like, if you set a boundary, or if you decide that you don't have the capacity to do a certain thing, to have a phone conversation, to stop at the store and grab XYZ on the way home, you just don't have it to give, in that moment. And somebody getting upset or deciding to be angry or sad or whatever their emotional state they choose to be in based on the boundary that you set is not your responsibility. It's up to that individual to process and work through those emotions. And so not only would I take responsibility for other people's emotions, but I would tend to just take on extra by picking up the slack for people who were not able to carry their own weight. Like, we are grown ass adults. Like, unless it's a small child, like, you should be able to do for self to some extent. Yes, we have moments where you may have a challenging time, or you just need somebody to step in and help you with something. Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. But just somebody who's always taking, and can never seem to get it together, and you're always having to step in and clean up their mess, or carry all the baggage of their mistakes. Like, no, no, we not doing that. Like, we did that shit right now, today. Okay. Like, so, and overall, just bearing many crosses and putting them on my back, allowing them to weigh me down, just things that were not my crosses to bear to begin with. But due to the way I was raised, and not only like psychological conditioning, but social conditioning, right? Because our environments and then society as a whole kind of tells us that we have to be the martyr. We have to self-sacrifice. We have to give, even when you don't have anything left to give anymore. And so, looking back in hindsight, I equate that energy to being taught that support, love, acceptance, whatever you're looking for, appreciation, whatever it is that you're looking for to receive from a particular relationship, situation, what have you, it taught me that as if these things had to be transactional, if that makes sense. Like, I have to overgive and overcompensate to receive love and affection and support. And usually when you're overgiving and doing too much at the expense of your health, sanity, peace, whatever, it's not worth it. Like, the person usually doesn't have much to offer you in return, right? Which is why you're the one pouring out of your cup into theirs. Meanwhile, you know, who's filling you back up? So there's that. So anyway, the days of me being the person that will sacrifice for others to my detriment is over. Like, that shit is done. You hear me? Like, that Stephanie is dead, gone, F that, not a thing anymore. And so with my energy creates my reality, what I focus on is what I will manifest. I wanted to provide one tangible step to setting boundaries that, for me, once I grasped onto this concept, it has tremendously changed how I set boundaries for myself and how I determine whether I have the capacity to take something on, whether that be emotionally, financially. You can apply it. You can literally apply this concept to any area of your life. And what it's called is the idea of value-based spending. Value-based spending. I had an associate of mine introduce me to this concept, and when we were speaking about it, it was introduced to me in the regard of speaking about finances and how to apply value-based spending to how you determine where you want to spend your money. Like, what do you value? What type of experiences? Do you want to live luxuriously? And, you know, is it valuable to you to spend your money for material goods, purses, shoes, makeup, whatever? Or do you value spending your money on going out and eating good food? Do you value spending your money on traveling and creating experiences? So when I really sat back and reflected a little bit more, I was like, wow, okay, value-based spending, I like this. I can take this and apply this to pretty much everything. Like, I apply it to everything. Like, even when I am dealing with my own children, I am thinking of value-based spending. And so for me, it helps me to kind of gauge, like, exactly what, you know, the Oracle card reflection statement is saying. My energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I will manifest. For me, it's helped me kind of like make like, oh, this is a no-brainer type decisions and be very firm and clear in setting a boundary and not going beyond that. Because if I don't go beyond it, then nobody can overstep it, because it's said, it's done. I said what I said. If it's no, it's no. And if somebody tries to press, oh, then you got to go. I holla. Like, no. So anyway, value-based spending. Where was I going with this? Why did I just completely lose my train of thought? I literally hate when that happens. But anyway, yes, value-based spending, it has been a very beneficial tool in terms of setting boundaries. And when you think about it, you think about it in the regard that you can always make more money, right? Like, money comes and goes, it's fluid. You make money, you spend money. You make money, you spend money. But wasted time and energy, you can't get that back. Like, once it's spent, once your energy is spent, once your time is spent, your well-being is, like, exhausting yourself over, it's gone. You're depleted, and then you know, like, how much work it takes to get yourself back filled up to a space of really prioritizing the things that are very important to you. Goals, accomplishing, you know, whatever it is that you're looking to accomplish, your desires and whatnot, as you go through life's journey and are hopefully living your purpose. So staying mentally present is crucial for emotional clarity. Being clear. So that way you know where your energy is, what you're applying it towards. Is it something of value? What's the return on investment? Is this worth it? Because whatever you're spending your energy on and spending your focus on is going to create your reality. You are going to manifest more of whatever you are honing in on, focusing on. And if it's bullshit, we know that that's what it's going to be. So staying mentally present is crucial for your emotional clarity, okay? What happens tomorrow will happen tomorrow. Right now, I am, and so for me, I filled in the blank with saying I am vibrating high emotionally. Man, I am vibrating so high. Like, I am doing my thing. I am building businesses. I am spending my time creating and being in the flow. It's me against me versus now, right now. Me versus me right now. Like, I can see that I am better than I was last week, let alone last month or last year. So there's nothing more important than pouring my entire focus into maintaining this high vibrational emotional state that I'm in. Like, I would be a MFing fool to let somebody, a situation, anything come in and pull me down from being in this state. Like, one, it took too much inner work of my, I had to do the work myself to face my own bullshit, to heal, to get to a place where I could not only understand the concept of value-based spending, but understand the root of the issue of why I wasn't setting good enough boundaries before and why I wasn't putting my energy and my focus into things of value so that I could create and manifest the reality that is important to me, that is most beneficial for me as I move along my journey in fulfilling my purpose in this lifetime. It takes a lot of work to pull the rug back on your own bullshit. That's why a lot of people, the hurt people thing, it's easier for people to just blame somebody else and just go tumbling through life in a state of bitterness, anger, hurt, whatever, and project that onto others, continuously the cycle of damaging the next person and the next person and the next person. Everybody just kind of, vibing that energy. When you're in a space of, no, I've done the work. And so when you come across that energy, sometimes you can't help who you meet, but I also believe if you're in certain spaces, like, if you're not in certain spaces, you most likely are not going to cross paths with a certain caliber of people. It is what it is, So Sorry, look for my remote real quick, because I have some music and stuff going on over here. But most likely, you know, when you're in certain places, you're not going to cross certain paths with certain types of people. But should you cross paths with a certain type of energy that is not where you're at, it's not matching, and it's trying to bring you down to a place that you've already, you know, ascended above, that's going to be a hard ass no. I'm good on that. You got it. You know, like, no, get the fuck. Like, seriously. So, anyway, saying that to say that if it was easy to do the work, then everybody would be doing it. We would all be healed and everybody would be floating around, you know, as the highest, most high vibrational version of themselves. But it takes a lot to really heal. And the process of healing is never ending. You know, it's infinitive. It's some ongoing. But I mean, as you keep leveling up, some things just aren't going to vibe with you anymore. And you're going to be really serious and intentional when it comes to value-based spending, in the regard of, is this something that's worth putting my energy and focus into? And most often than not, it's a no. It's a no. So, anyway, that's the tea, okay? That's what I wanted to talk about as we transition into the reading itself. And I will ensure that the oracle cards are available so that you can view them and see them up close and personal as we move forward with the reading. Okay, stay tuned. All right. So let's get into this reading. As promised, there are the cards from Tea Time so that you can take a look and take note if you would like. And let's move forward. Flush this out a bit more. See what spirit messages are coming through. My energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I will manifest. So forgive me in advance if you hear me clearing my throat a lot, like I mentioned earlier. My sinuses are on 10 today. So okay, so what came out is Barmbrack, sweetness and synergy. And I'm going to, we can take what at the bottom of the deck, spider, community, and web weaving. And I'm taking this last card because even though in my mind I always had a certain number of cards, like, oh, okay, I'm only looking for 1 or 2 cards, Spirit be doing what they want to do. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to take what comes out. And then also we have here the Skull of Darkness, blind spots. Okay. So I'm going to move the Oracle card and the Dear Self Prompt card because we went over those already. I just wanted to briefly allow them to be seen up close, and we're going to move forward. So we have Barmbrack, sweetness and synergy. The spider here, community and web weaving. And the Skull of Darkness, blind spots. So what I'm gathering from these cards and what the energy is, what I'm receiving in terms of the energy is that as it relates to my energy creates my reality, what I focus on is what I will manifest. Staying mentally present is crucial for my emotional clarity. What happens tomorrow will happen tomorrow. Right now, I am on a higher vibration emotionally. That's what I said earlier. And there's nothing more important than pouring my entire focus into this. So what I know about the Barn Brack Sweetness and Synergy card is that this is a card about there's a past ritual where for Halloween they used to bake these sort of cake type pastries, and inside them would be little, almost like a Mardi Gras cake, I guess, where they have like the baby inside. Well, these particular cakes would have, if you pull out a ring, you know, that meant you may be getting a commitment soon, or if you pull out the coin, then it meant money is coming to you. And if you pull out, so you get my gist. Like, it's kind of like a magic, you know, whatever. Once you cut it open and start giving out the pieces of cake, what you receive in that cake is like basically what your fortune is, like what's coming towards you. So with the sweetness and synergy and what I know about this card, the energy that I'm receiving is that, you know, with our energy creating our reality, and what it, you know, with what it is that we focus on, it will manifest. This card is about being okay with the unknown. Because when you think about it, like, once this cake is baked, you know the items that have been put into it, right? The ingredients and all of that. But you don't know what you're going to receive in terms of whether you'll get the ring or the money or whatever charm is in the cake that tells you what's next for you. So with that being said, being okay with the unknown. Energetically, yes, you are focusing your energy and, you know, utilizing the tool of the concept value-based spending. So you are focusing your energy, time, and I'm sorry, my eye is itching, but you're focusing your energy, time, and, you know, whatever else in such a way that it is, you know, going to the most valuable spaces. You know that already. So be okay. It's okay to be okay. It's okay to be okay with the unknown here. And while you're being okay with the unknown, continue to, this spider is still working. It's community and web weaving. This spider is still making connections. It's still building, creating, getting the job done, creating a sense of community, making connections, right? With this web here. And so with that, it's like being okay with the unknown. You know that there's sweetness and synergy here. And that as long as you keep building community and web weaving and being like the spider and making the connections, like, you don't need to worry about what it is that you can't see. This skull of darkness here. You don't need to know every single thing about what awaits you in the future. Enjoy the mystery. Allow yourself to be caught by surprise by some things. Because whatever it is, no matter what comes your way, it's going to bring sweetness and synergy. And another vibe that I'm receiving is that And being okay with the unknown, like also knowing what you don't know. You know, like some of us, we can be very intelligent and good at our craft or in our field or whatever it is, but also understanding that you don't know everything and making the right connections in terms of community and web weaving, right? Building connection that will enlighten you to certain blind spots. Maybe about yourself, about your life, about the work that you're doing. So, yes, our energy creates our reality, and what we focus on is what will manifest, but also be okay with the unknown. Keep working, and don't be afraid of, what you don't know or what's to come. Trust, right? Have faith that sweetness and synergy is yours to be had. And then also know what you don't know. You don't know everything. Keep making connections and allowing those connections to show you where you may be in the dark regarding some things, right? So that's what I'm getting from those cards. Let me move them up out of the way right now. Let me see how I want to do this. I'm very picky about how I like things set. So I'll put this one here. Okay. So moving along, let's get to the unknown archetypes. And how interesting is that? Like the next deck is the wild unknown archetypes. And I was saying be okay with the unknown. Interesting. Okay, let me shuffle just a tad bit here. Shuffle just a tad bit. Telling you guys, I am so excited about this channel. Like, I absolutely love doing these readings. Like, I could do them all day, every day. Now the editing and all that, not so much, but hey, it comes with the territory. So anyway, all right, let's see what we have next. What we have next here. All right, let's see. Whoa. Okay, so the vessel came out, and let me take a look here. And the temple. All right. Well, y'all take a good look at those. I'm going to take a sip of water because my mouth was dry. And let me take in the energies here. What am I seeing here? Okay. So what I'm receiving with these cards, the vessel and the temple. If you look at the vessel, you see that this person is semi-covering up their private area with their hand. And then the temple here with the prayer hand. So I'm getting like sacred energy with this. And as a matter of fact, I just heard the words like sacral chakra in my mind. So that may be something that you want to research and look up, is sacral chakra energy. Okay. So earlier I was speaking about conditioning and how I was raised and how receiving love and support and affection from others was transactional. I felt I had to overgive, overcompensate in some sort of way in order to receive love and affection and what it is that I was looking for from those particular connections back, right? So what I'm gathering with this vessel and this temple is that, like, somebody may be under the impression that giving themselves away in sexually, sleeping with multiple people or having casual sex with others in the hopes that you will receive love, affection, support. Your body is a temple. Like, you are sacred, you are valuable, you are worthy of someone really cherishing that part of you, but you have to cherish that part of you first. And so taking in some messages here. And so what I'm gathering is that I feel a heaviness in my heart chakra. Like, the energy that I'm gathering is that someone feels unworthy. They've been used and abused to the point that it's like they don't feel worthy or deserving. They don't see their body as this sacred vessel, this temple. And what you need to know is that that's not true. Whatever has happened to you before, it does not determine your worth. You are valuable. You are worthy. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. What I'm getting, also going back to this spider and the community and web weaving here, is create your own safety net for yourself. Create a safety net for yourself as it pertains to your body. Love your body. Get to know your body. Cherish your body. Know that your body is a temple. Going back to our tangible steps, right? How do you do that? Setting boundaries. Value-based spending. Your body is valuable. It's a temple. So when someone comes along and they're looking for a casual sexual encounter, you know that that's a no-go. No, thank you. My body is a vessel and a temple. It's very valuable. And in terms of value-based spending, the experience or what you will receive from spending your energy and your focus in that casual encounter is not going to give you any type of valuable return on that investment. So it's a no. Setting those clear boundaries and knowing and not being afraid of not knowing what will come next, not being afraid of the dark, not feeling like, well, I have to have sex because no one will want me, no one will want to be around me if I'm not giving it up. They can get the fuck on. Seriously, get the fuck with the quickness. No. Your body is a vessel and a temple and it's valuable. And no matter what has happened, nobody is entitled to experience you. Know that. Nobody's entitled to your body. You don't have to give yourself up for a low value, low vibrational experience that's going to leave you depleted, leave you feeling exposed, while that person moves on and runs off into the sunset and probably will ghost and won't even say fucking thank you because it's 2022 and people are very ghetto with how they handle other people. Let's just keep it a buck, okay? So really love yourself. Research sacral chakra, okay? Energy, healing. And maybe even research doing some spiritual baths, cleansing your energetic field spiritually so that you can feel that darkness and that way. And if you look at it, right, like this darkness just lifting off of this person and the sun sort of coming through, right? It's just like that dark cloud that's been hovering over you, following you everywhere, the guilt, the shame, whatever it is that you've been feeling or made to feel as if you are not of value and that your body is just something to be on the clearance rack, that is a fucking lie. So take you a spiritual bath, do some sacral chakra, spiritual work, really work on healing. Don't worry about what's to come. Will this person like me or want? Look, if they don't want you because you're not busting it open as quickly as they expect you to, goodbye. It's not worth it. And trust me, been there and done that. I honestly, aside from my daughter, because she is a virgin and she better be for a very long time. But aside from her, I don't really know too many women that have not had some sort of just upsetting encounter with, a man. Or I won't even say a man alone, because there are men who have been, what's the word I'm looking for? There are men who have been mistreated as well in terms of being used, and abused and all of that too. But saying that to say that A lot of times, especially women, are made to feel like they are not valuable unless they are giving up the goods. Sex is the only thing you have to offer. And that is just absolutely not true. You are more than your vagina. Period. Okay, so our next card that came out is this 10 here. And in terms of numerology, 10 is an ending. 10 is closing out a cycle. And I'm going to keep talking while I adjust the lighting just a tad bit because it's causing a glare. I hope it got better. I think it looks a little better. Anyway, but this 10 is an ending. It's an end to a particular energy. So for those of you that this message is resonating with you, if you look at this young woman, she is walking through this graveyard. And what I'm getting from this is that with this 10 ending energy, she's leaving all the bullshit behind. Like she is each of these stones, like she's buried all the bullshit, all the baggage, all the things that do not serve her highest good. She's buried it and she's leaving it in this graveyard, never to return again. The 10 is an ending, a definitive ending to a cycle. So whatever this cycle was of feeling unworthy and feeling that your body is not a temple and that the only thing of value you have to offer is sexual favors and, you know, transactional energy of, okay, if I sleep with this person, then they will give me some false sense of connection. No, it's over with. It's done. Dead that shit. Bury it. Let it go. Never look back. You are, and if you look at this, even how the cards are laid out, she's leaving this dead, dormant energy that doesn't serve her any longer, and she is moving towards this vessel temple energy where she fully understands and is aware that her body is a vessel and a temple. It's sacred. She knows that moving forward, sharing of herself in that way with someone is spiritual. So that person is going to, whoever the next person is that they connect with, they're going to have to really understand the spirituality that is interconnected with sexual encounter. So whoever this person is that this woman decides to share her body with next, they are going to have to be leveled up in their thinking to where they wouldn't even make a fuss when the answer is no. They won't have an issue when the answer is no. They will continue to stick around when the answer is no because they understand the spiritual importance of sharing your body, knowing that it's a temple and that it's not just something to be given away to whoever just comes by and asks for it. Like seriously, you know, it's funny because I there is one pet peeve that I have as it pertains to like meeting people and dating. I get so annoyed, like literally to the point of like, might probably block somebody for asking me this, but I really, 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 really do not like when I'm dating and as soon as I exchange numbers with someone, they want me to send them pics. What, motherfucker? No, I'm not sending you no damn pictures. I'm not sending no pictures. And that pisses me off because it's just like most people's go-to, especially men. I mean, it is what it is. You know, like I'm trying to be politically correct. I know I've definitely had some homeboys that have told me about some interesting encounters that they have had with women. So I'm not bashing men. But the reality is that as a woman, because that's what I am, man, it is fucking annoying dating and men asking for photos. And no, like, do you know that if I gave a photo to every man that requested a photo from me, my pictures would be all over damn America and beyond. Like, seriously, no, motherfucker, leave me alone. Why? And if that's the first thing you're thinking about, send me a picture. As soon as you're not even intellectually on my level for us to continue any type of conversation because I'm already annoyed. You've annoyed me. I'm done. Okay. So saying that to say that, dealing with, men in dating or women in dating, you don't have to give your body just because somebody asked for it. And that goes for women and men. Like, if every person that came by and wanted to sleep with you or get a taste and see, what's good or whatever, like, man, that'll be a lot of fucking mileage. Like, no, your body is a temple. So, tell the motherfuckers no. You are ending that energy. It's dead. It's done. You are moving towards understanding fully that your body is a vessel and a temple. It is sacred. And the next person who is looking to share a sexual experience with you, it will be truly an experience because they will understand how spiritual that is. Okay? So the next cards we have here are Honor and Good Luck. Oh my gosh, this glare is blowing me. Okay, give me one moment. I've got to fix this. Like, this is going to really annoy me. Is that better? Tab it. Okay, let me... give me a second here. Well, I guess that's good enough. That's as good as it's going to get. So... here we have Honor and Good Luck. Yeah, no, it's too bright. Okay. Honor and Good Luck. Your secrets are safe. And reckless actions lead to conflict, and strength and wisdom and bright new prospects are on the horizon. I promise that I'm going to say it again. Usually I'm looking for like one more card to wrap things up, and then boom, it just turns into, but wait, there's more. So we have Honor and Good Luck. Your secrets are safe. This fire, reckless actions lead to conflict, strength and wisdom, and serendipity. Okay, so what I'm receiving right off the bat is that with this person moving towards this vessel and knowing that their body is a temple energy, it's going to bring about honor and good luck. Open up the door for blessings, more satisfying experiences in your life. And know that whatever happened in the past, your secrets are safe. Like, you don't have to worry about, like, nobody knows those things, what hurt you in the past, but you. Whatever people did, their reckless actions that led to conflict in your life, that led to negative, low vibrational experiences, whatever led you to feel that you weren't worthy of honor and blessings, that's gone. Nobody knows about that. Your secrets are safe. You're moving towards much more honorable experiences because you honor yourself. And we already know that our energy creates our reality. So what it is that we focus on is what will manifest as you focus on honoring yourself, honoring your body, prioritizing self, setting good boundaries, saying no to people who want to use you. You're going to bring about more blessings in your life. What happened in the past is in the past. Reckless actions that led to conflict, those people cannot hurt you anymore because you gained strength and wisdom from the experience. You are stronger and wiser. Now you can recognize off top when somebody's on some bullcrap energy and they're just trying to pass themselves off as a wolf in sheep's clothing so that they can try to hop in bed with you. Give yourself some time. You know from experience that the wise thing to do is to take your time and get to know that person and see what they're really about. Because if they're not willing to wait, the trash will take itself out. You don't even have to do anything and let them go. Because you already know, again, from strength and experience and the wisdom that you gain from the experiences, is that anybody that really understands on the intellectual level that you need them to, that a sexual experience is spiritual, they wouldn't have an issue with waiting anyway. It won't even be a long conversation. So know that bright new prospects are on the horizon, moving towards something new. Bright new prospects. So not anything that's on some low vibrational energy. High vibrational experiences. Bright new prospects. And they're on the horizon. And I want to show something in this serendipity card. Look at all of the butterflies. And this woman even has a butterfly on her finger. Transformation. Transformation. Breaking out of the cocoon. Leaving the past in the past. Treating yourself with honor. Manifesting blessings in your life. Learning and gaining strength and wisdom from the experiences where people were reckless with you. And moving into bright new energy, high vibrational experiences, blessings. It's right there on the horizon. So that is the message. That's the reading. I am done. I am not pulling any more cards because we already know how that goes. So I hope and pray that this meeting resonated with you. I am sending loving, positive, healing energies to all. Until next time, take care and be blessed.